guys, and today I'm talking on behalf of Optics. We're going to demonstrate to you a little bit about Optics All Trim. Optics All Trim is an all-surface conditioner for all your plastic vinyl trim. It can be used on tyres, wheel arch, liners, underbody carriage and engine base. It can be used on your internal plastics, external plastics as well. Optics All Trim uses ultra-refined silicons from Japan. It's a Japanese-made product. It's packaged here in Australia by us. The labels are bought in Australia, the bottles are bought in Australia. We put the labels on, package it all up, and Optics is an Australian-owned business right here in Canning Vale, Western Australia. We're going to demonstrate to you how to use Optics All Trim on an engine bay, on this Mercedes-Benz C-Class. Hopefully we can show you how cost-effective it is, how efficient it is to use the product, and get great end results at high-end finishes without costing you too much labour and too much money. Great for any type of aspect of detailing, from the car enthusiast at home through to the professional detailer, car wash, and the trade detailer working at dealerships. Yes, engine bays can take an hour or 2 hours to do, but in most cases where we're dealing with bog standard cars, there's not a lot of chrome to polish, there's no paint to polish under here. It's fairly well all about getting the engine bay clean from a little bit of dirt, dust, a little bit of grease, oil, and then making those plastics look like new. Now, under most modern engine bays, it is mostly plastic. So, there are many ways to do an engine bay, but I'm going to show you how we can do it the most effective way that is going to be simple and easy to use for anybody. Firstly, we're going to be cleaning this engine bay with Chemical Guys All Clean. Chemical Guys All Clean is an acid-based or citrus acid-based product. Built for retail, so it's very, very safe. In the hands of any novice, you're not going to go wrong. It's not a commercial strength product, although the concentration is quite high, so you get good value out of the Chemical Guys All Clean. I've already pre-mixed this 1 to 10, so that's 10 parts water. So it's quite a good concentration, good value. I'm spraying this all over underneath the engine bay here. Spray, 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 spray. Once it's sprayed, we then go ahead and pressure clean the area. Once it's all then rinsed down, you may need a little bit of agitation. Some things need a little bit more than just a quick spray and a rinse. They need a little bit of an agitation with a nice soft bristle brush or a nice microfiber cloth. After you've done that, then we re-rinse the engine bay down again. Here's a bottle I've already got ready with a sprayer in it. While the engine bay is clean but wet. When you're in a hurry, I reckon we can clean this engine bay, as shown in the video, in around about 2 minutes. Now the engine bay should be wet. We are just going to liberally spray this all over. Get it saturated. We're probably going to use somewhere around about between 50 and 80 mils of All Trim in this engine bay. Now what I want you to do, shut the bonnet. No, the job isn't actually finished, but shut the bonnet, go and do other parts of the car. Start washing the car down, clean the interior, whatever it is. Come back in about an hour or 2. And if you're doing a serious detail, chances are it's going to take you more than a couple of hours to detail the car. You're probably not going to come back to the engine bay for at least 6 hours, maybe even 8 hours anyway. By that time, the water has evaporated, the actual All Trim itself has done its job by setting around the plastics and the hoses. Okay, so now that you've left the All Trim on the engine bay area, you've spent your time wisely by detailing other parts of the vehicle. There was no point spending all that time or wasting time trying to make the product get the end result when the product itself will do the job for you. All you got to do is walk away and come back. So now we've done that. Time to check underneath the engine bay. If you sprayed it liberally and did exactly what I said with the wet engine bay area, right now it should be fairly dry. There will be an oversaturation of product, of Optics All Trim on this area. All you need to do now is grab yourself a microfiber cloth and just lightly, it should be effortless, to just wipe it down and remove any residual product that you're not happy with. Let me remind you though, if you like a high shine, you wouldn't be wiping this. This would just be a finished product as it was in a few minutes work. But if you like a more natural high-end finish where it doesn't look like there has been product applied, in that case you need to grab yourself a microfiber cloth and just buff the areas like so. It's a nice little wipe, just like this. Get around to the hoses, all around here, and at the same time you're spreading into any parts of the engine bay that it may not have coated. Right, that should take you all of about a minute, maybe two. And there you have it. The engine bay is now done with Optics All Trim. It is that simple.